And this is my review for Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Topspin. Topspin, as you can see, is a blue NASCAR race car. I recall an article saying that Jimmy Johnson was the driver of this car. I'm not 100% sure since, again, as I mentioned in my Dark of the Moon Roadbuster review, I know absolutely nothing about NASCAR, but his driver may be Jimmy Johnson. I'm not sure. I wouldn't take my word for it. But anyway, I also don't know what type of car it is, so if somebody would let me know, I would appreciate it. But anyway, very, very cool looking. As you can see, as opposed to Dark of the Moon Roadbuster, Topspin is in his weaponized state, which is really neat. I really like that they decided to add the Stealth Force gimmick to these guys, or the Stealth Force base gimmick. I don't know if they'll call it that in the movie, but it definitely is taking a lot of cues from Stealth Force, which is kind of neat. Very, very nice looking. I love the giant engine that they put on top of it. I love these gray pieces right here, and I just absolutely adore these guns that he came with. And the really neat thing is that they're actually removable. He comes with two of each gun. He comes with a pistol-like gun right here, and a rifle gun right here. And what's really neat is a lot of figures can actually hold these. They got the standard 5mm peg system, so if you have any figure with a 5mm peg, it should be able to hold these weapons, which I think is neat. I usually give a rifle and a pistol to reveal the shield perceptor, and they look pretty cool with them. So definitely, if you want to pick up some spare weapons, getting this guy is definitely a must, because he comes with 4 weapons, and they can all be held by figures, so that's just absolutely awesome. Well, he technically comes with a 5th weapon, but we'll get to that in a minute. Not much to say about it in terms of features. It does roll very, very well. For some reason, these front wheels don't spin as well as the back, but he still does roll pretty well, which is nice. As you can see, he does have some very nice paint apps as well. He's got the Lowe's logo right here on number 48. He doesn't have as many paint apps as Dark of the Moon Roadbuster, but they're all done a lot better than Roadbuster, so I guess that is a nice trade-off. He also does have a little logo right here for the Sprint Cup. So I think all the cars, or all the race cars in Dark of the Moon do have Sprint Car, or Sprint Cup in place race placements. Sorry. Anyway, but very, very cool looking little vehicle mode. I really do like it. He also just come with this mech tech weapon, like with any other Dark of the Moon figure. Very, very cool looking little mech tech weapon. It's a crossbow, which I think is neat. I don't think they've ever actually done a crossbow with any other Transformer, a crossbow shaped gun rather, since obviously a Transformer isn't going to come with a crossbow. But anyway, very, very cool. And the mech tech weapon gimmick, what you do is there's a little gray piece right here, and if you pull on it, it becomes this kind of grabby claw thing, which does actually fit in pretty well with Topspin's robot mode. It doesn't do too much in vehicle mode, but it is pretty neat. You can also, if you want, mount it on the engine along with all the other guns, which is pretty neat looking, but I usually don't do it, but it is there. So anyway, that's about it for vehicle mode. Transformation, we'll go ahead and remove all the guns, like so. Then what you want to do is you want to go back here, and you want to untab these pieces like so, and go ahead and flip them down. Then what you want to do is you want to bring these pieces down a little bit like so. Then you want to bend them like this. Then you want to fold these in, and then push the legs up like so to kind of lock those in place. So he does kind of have an animated lockdown-esque transformation, and these do like to pop off, as you just saw, but they pop right back on, so no big deal. Then you want to go ahead and push them together like so, and that'll form his waist in robot mode. Go ahead and lift this up as far as you can, and then rotate the waist around like so, and they do like to pop off, as I said. But anyway, then you want to go ahead and flip this panel in like so. It does have some very tight clearance, so it is a little bit scary the first time you do it, but you do get used to it. But anyway, we'll go ahead and reattach the legs like so. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this piece down. Then you want to go ahead and fold this panel in like so, to fill in the rest of his leg. And again, flip that down, flip this up like so, and like so. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate these pieces down. These will form his arms in robot mode. Rotate these around. Go ahead and extend the shock forks, which is kind of neat. And he does actually have molded in hands right here, as you can see. He does actually have molded in fists, so he doesn't have pincers for hands, which I thought was a nice touch. I was, when I first saw pictures of this guy, worried that he was going to have pincers for hands, but that's not the case, so I'm really happy about that. Anyway, then go ahead and flip his head forward. Now, his head, I know a lot of people have been complaining about it, but personally, I think it's a neat little head sculpt. To me, it doesn't look like a mullet, honestly. I know that the theme of the records is to have redneck-esque head sculpts, but I honestly don't see much of a redneck look in this guy. I think he looks more like an English judge more than anything, which is kind of neat. But anyway, very, very nice little head sculpt. I really do like the head sculpt on this guy. But anyway, then I'm up here. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and fold these in, and then kind of split these like so. Then rotate them around. You can do pretty much whatever you want with them. You can if you want. They do like to pop off as well. Some very loose ball joints on this guy, which is really one of the only complaints I have about him. But anyway, you can, if you want, rotate them down like this. I might usually go ahead and flip them up. It's kind of cannon-like pieces. Actually, you want to... Let's see. There we go. I usually go ahead and flip them up like this to more resemble shoulder cannons, which is actually more accurate to how he looks in the movie, but again, you do have some options, and you can do pretty much whatever you want with them. This is just the way I like to do them. But anyway, then we'll go ahead and reattach all his guns, like so. And you can do, I mean, they fit in everywhere. The guns all fit on the same peg, so you can pretty much put any gun anywhere you want. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this to kind of do what was done in vehicle mode, but in reverse. But anyway, and there you have, I don't know if I can get them to stand properly. There we go. And there you have Topspin in robot mode. And really kind of neat. I really do like the look of this guy. I mean, he's definitely so far my favorite of the wreckers. Granted, they haven't revealed Deluxe Class Leadfoot, but I think he's going to have to be a really, really awesome little figure to beat out Topspin, because Topspin definitely is my favorite looking of the three wreckers. Very, very cool looking. For posability, his head is on a very free ball joint, which is nice. He does have ball jointed shoulders. I mean, he also does have a hinge here just due to transformation, and there's kind of a hinge here, which you can kind of use, I guess, if you really want to, but it's not really that useful, so what are you going to do with it? He does have a mid-bicep swivel, bends at the elbow. No rotational joint at the elbow, but the mid-bicep swivel pretty much accomplishes whatever we're going to do with an elbow rotational joint. I mean, it does have a very limited waist swivel, but it's really not that useful because all this backpack assembly pretty much just eliminates whatever use it has. It does have ball-jointed hips. It does bend at 2 points at the knee just due to transformation. There's no upper thigh swivel, which is a bit of a shame. I see why they did that, but it still would have been nice had they incorporated it. And he does have ball-jointed ankles, so you can tilt them, you can rock them back and forth, you can put them up, you can put them down, you can put them in a lot of different poses, and you can still hold them. And they're pretty big feet, too, so he definitely can hold a lot more poses than Roadbuster. He's so far the most articulate of the wreckers, and I don't really know how they're going to do Leadfoot with his chunky, chubby design. I don't know how they're going to give him better posability. So it looks like this is going to be the most posable of the wreckers, but we'll have to see. But anyway, you can also take his MechTech weapon. You can plug it in onto this port here on his arm. You can plug it in. And again, you still can activate the grabby fork MechTech gimmick, which, like I said, since he does have grabby forks in his robot mode, it does make sense with the MechTech having forks, which I think is kind of neat. But anyway, for some quick size comparisons, first off, here he is next to, for a standard size comparison, here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. So you can see, at the head, it's kind of difficult to tell, but at the head, he is just a tiny, tiny bit taller than Bumblebee, and he's probably going to end up being the tallest of the wreckers, since, like I said, Leadfoot does have a very chubby, chunky design, so I bet he'll be shorter than any of them, but very, very cool, very nice size on this guy. And again, also, here he is next to Roadbuster. And like I said, Roadbuster, being just the standard car, not the weaponized version of the car, looks a little bit less, what's the word? A little bit less, a little bit less all over the place, what with the weapons and whatnot, but, you know, that does kind of come from being a weaponized car. Topspin definitely looks more battle-ready than Roadbuster, but still, they look pretty neat together. I really, really do like them, and again, I'm looking forward to the Revenge of the Fallen Leadfoot, which is going to be really, really cool, I hope. But anyway, so there you can see him next to Roadbuster, and they look really, really cool together. Of course, I display the two of them next together. But very, very cool. I really, really like this guy, and he is one of the few Dark of the Moon figures that I think you should just out and out and get if you're a Transformers fan, because he just really, really is awesome. And like I said, so far he's my favorite of the three Deluxe Wreckers figures. I haven't gotten any of the Human Alliance figures. I'm going to probably end up picking up at least Roadbuster. I still don't know if I'm going to get Leadfoot or not, and they haven't announced if they're going to make a Human Alliance version of Topspin or not, but we'll have to see. But anyway, like I was saying, I definitely, highly, highly recommend this guy. This guy's really, really awesome, and I think that you'll like him if you pick him up. So there you go, my look at Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Topspin. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.